Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you for tuning into this week's love reading. To your love reading. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, Wisdom of the House of Night. And on the back, here's who that's by. If you look up Wisdom of the House of Night oracle cards on the internet, though, you can find them quite easily. You should be able to. We're going to do relationship first. Single second. Oracle cards come out where needed, of course. Okay. Alright. I'm going to do 2 there. 1 here. That's it. Well, this is very curious. Alright. I mean, it's the Sun card that's over here. It's in your challenge position, and that got me right off the bat. Anyway, but it's coming in with a very fun energy. Fun. This is on your side. Your challenge cards. The Sun card with, it does say deceit on there, so that's what popped in there. Now, you are enjoying this situation. You are happy with your partner. But are you just making yourself believe you like something more than you do, or is there something else going? I feel like you're, I'm getting kind of like an exposed feeling here. This is the challenge card. This is telling me you're trying to hide something a little bit from your partner. It doesn't seem like it's bad. It's just kind of like, it's kind of obvious though that you're hiding it, holding something back. Things are going well though. Things are going well and you're holding things back. I'm seeing that energy over there and I'm like, you're holding things back and I'm getting that. But the reason you're doing that is because like you're getting along and things are going well. And you're looking at it with the Page of Pentacles. You're holding something back. You're feeling like this will work out, just like letting it just kind of like slide on by. No need to talk about certain things. No need to bring up something that to you it might be more obvious. Your partner might not see it that way. This is my biggest thing. I feel like this is what we're starting with. This situation doesn't have to be bad, but they're saying be careful. Whatever you're holding back, that's not going to work out in your favor. So if this reading is hitting for you, and you are holding some information back, you're just kind of letting it hopefully just pass like water under the bridge. Like no need to highlight it, no need to bring it forward, no need to make an issue about it. That type of feel. They're saying, oh no, that's not the way to handle this. This is going to backlash on you so severely. I feel like the reason you're doing this is kind of like, why make an issue? Just, it'll water under the bridge. It'll happen real quick. It doesn't matter. I just won't bring it forward. I just won't say anything about it. It'll come forward. It'll go, and it'll be over before it even starts. That's not how this is feeling, though. I feel like that might be your interpretation about how this could go. But what I'm getting here is like, your partner has these 2 cards, which are good right now, but the challenge card is the 2 of Cups. The action card is the King of Wands. Like, they have a lot of energy, a lot of passion. I feel like as things are going forward, things are going forward at a fairly good pace. I don't feel like things are rapid, only because I feel like this might be a normal thing for them. They might be, at least in this situation, things just go quickly, and that's a normal thing, so it doesn't seem like it's rapid because it's usual. But the 2 of Cups in their challenge position is like, when they figure out, and I feel like you know that they will, when they figure out what you've been holding back and you just didn't mention, that 2 of Cups is their challenge position because it's going to really rock them a little bit. And they feel like you should have let them know. You should have given them a heads up. And they're going to view it from a different angle. Not in the sense of like, why make an issue of it? Just like when it happens, just let it move on. They're going to look at it like you didn't warn them about something coming their way and that you should have prepared them. They're going to see it at a whole different angle. Because when it comes forward with a bang. The Tower hits, the 8 of Swords hits, and the 9 of Swords hits. Like, this is not a fun moment. It hits and it like backfires bad, really bad. And I'm getting your partner is not okay with it. They get really upset. I get the karma card on their side. Like they're saying, I feel like the energy, if this is hitting with you, they're saying don't do it this way. Full disclosure, just say what's happening, say what you're holding back. Don't hope for the best. It's going to backfire severely, very, very bad. Don't do it. Bring it forward. Bring it forward. Get it right out there. If you know something's coming up and you're just trying to let it slide on by, like it doesn't have to be an issue, you know it's going to come forward, but maybe it doesn't have to be that big of a deal. They're saying don't do this. Bring it forward now. Bring it forward right now. Let your partner know what's coming. Because this is, the karma card is saying what you reap is what you sow. What you sow is what you reap. I think I said that backwards. Because by not saying something, your partner's going to take this really bad. And they're going to, like, it's really going to shake them. I'm seeing them taking burdens from this moment with the Ten of Wands. They're going to hold on to this energy. They're not going to let it go. They're going to remember this, and they're going to reevaluate this whole relationship based on this moment. It's been a couple hours since I've done a reading, but I want to say the last one was the opposite. This sounds... What was the last one I did? Scorpio? Is there a Scorpio Sagittarius thing going on lately? Like, I'm wondering if there's people who are born really close to that Scorpio Sagittarius line and that both of these videos are like hitting for them. Because it sounds very familiar. The person here who feels like information was held back, your partner... They've got the Page of Wands. It's almost like they're like, what else do you have waiting in the wings for me? They're not taking this as an isolated incident. They're really bothered by this. And what I'm getting here for them is not fun. Like, they've got the Three of Swords. Like, they are really bent out of shape about this. Like, this is a really strong hit to the relationship for them. They might actually reevaluate the whole connection the two of you have. Like, this is seriously bothering them. Very seriously bothering them. And I'm getting they have a choice after this. Will they let it go? Or will they find something else to get the... Like, will they let go? Like, I don't know. The playful... Like, I feel like they're saying after this, they're really upset. But be aware that if they just play it off like there's nothing wrong... Like, you can tell, how do I put this? Because I'm feeling somebody, like, coming at me, and I'm feeling, like, easy to deal with, but I also can tell, like, they're not connecting with me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're saying the heartbreak is there. They're very upset, but they're warning you, because this all comes in as one energy. It's not a choice, because I was hoping it was going to be, but it's not. What'll happen is they're going to still interact with you. They're going to be easy to deal with after this moment passes. Like, it's going to be a bad moment, but it'll pass. But what they're saying is that you're going to notice, like, they're not connecting with you on the same level anymore. They're starting to maybe disconnect from you. This could be a very, very unhappy moment in the sense of, like, even though they're easy to deal with and even though they're kind of joyful and playful, there's playful, they're also letting go. So they're not investing in you anymore. They're not telling you things that bother them anymore. They're starting to disconnect. That's feeling like this. You might be heading for that. Be careful. Because the Three of Swords is why. They're very upset. And they're distancing themselves emotionally. They might not be making plans to leave you at that moment. But when they start emotionally disconnecting, that's just the first step to that happening. You don't want this to happen. And on your side, you're going to know is what I'm getting. You might want to pass it by like it's not really happening, but you're going to realize when they're not emotionally, when they're not, checking in with you the same as they used to, when they're not like telling you things that are happening or how they feel about this or how they feel about that anymore, and they're starting to like, you're going to notice it doesn't feel the same anymore. Even though it's a good energy and you're getting along, you're going to know that they're not including you in certain things they're feeling and thinking, and it's going to bother you. It's going to be subtle at first, but you're going to feel it. You're going to know. It's going to make you a little bit uneasy. At this point, all I'm seeing it, like, hopefully it doesn't get to this point, but at this point, it's like, that's like you're kind of in limbo. You can try to bring conversations forward to fix it, but it's going to take some fixing. It's going to take a lot. If you're coming at this at the right time, which I hope you are, and you're holding something back, to you it seems very minimal. It's just kind of like, we just won't make a big deal about it. It'll happen. It'll pass. You know that they're going to figure out that you knew this. You know that they're going to see this. To you, I'm feeling like it's just better just to not make a big deal of it. It's going to backfire. They're saying bring it forward. You can avoid this whole problem. Just bring it forward. Things will be a lot better. I think we're good. All right. That's very strong. It's very strong saying don't brush it under the rug. Be careful. Because like you're keeping it back for good reason. And I get that. Like why make a big deal about it? It's going to backfire is what they're warning. It's like if that's hitting with you, they're just warning you. It can be better for you than it looks like it's going to be. That's all they're saying. All right, go on to the next. Sagittarius singles. What do we have for single Sagittarians? Messages for single Sagittarians. We got a lot of energy. This is a really fun feel here. So let's see where this is going. Oh, geez, feeling like Pete. Oh boy. Wow. The moon card at the bottom again. The moon is really affecting Sagittarians at this point, is what I'm getting. No matter if you're single or in a relationship, the moon is having some fun with you. Woo. I'm not sure this is so bad for you, but somebody might be quite disgruntled or bent out of shape about this situation because you might find somebody's interested in you that you're deciding, I'm not going to do that. All right, this is the strongest card. This is in the environment, though. 10 of Swords in the environment. Somebody feels like you're denying them. And they don't see a way to make this work. I feel a heartbreak coming up. I don't really think it's you, though. What I'm seeing here is like there's somebody around you. You're clearly single. It's a single read. But when it comes to this person, you seem to keep a distance from them. And I see you constantly trying to distance yourself a little farther and farther. For some reason, you're just like, this isn't going to work. For whatever reason you have. The kicker here is you both have feelings for each other and they know it. It's not that the feelings aren't there. The reason this isn't happening is because you got Justice at the top here. You're like, this isn't going to work. This is not good for me. For whatever reason, you're like, this is not going to work. And you've been this, I feel like you've had this thought for a while, like, no. And you're even standing with the Seven of Swords, like, no. And when you're standing with the Seven of Swords, you're kind of like, there's no need to make a big deal about it. I still have that energy going on here. But there's no need to make a big deal, so let's just let it kind of fade away. I'm not moving forward with anything. I'm not going to entice it or promote it or whatever you want to say there. I'm not going to engage in this. Yeah, the feelings are there for you is what I'm getting. But for some reason, you're just like, nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it. This other person is really upset about this is what I'm getting with the Ten of Swords, though. They're upset. They're not happy. And in the center, like this is more energy going to your benefit. You got the High Priestess with the Magician. The High Priestess is telling me you have looked at the angles. You have given this serious thought. Your thoughts have the Three of Pentacles at that. You've gone through the emotions in your brain. You haven't really talked with this person is what I'm getting. It doesn't feel like you are. But you've gone through your own thoughts and you've calculated it out however you need to. If we do this, then this, if that, this could happen and that could be. You've gone through it. You've given it serious thought. I feel like you really have. But the Magician is also in your power in the sense of like you're deciding, no, I'm not going to do this. Now, I'm seeing here the Three of Swords with the Grove. However this person is connected to you, they seem to be still around. And I'm getting that Three of Swords is like you're moving on and you're just not giving this a chance. You've made up your mind. I feel like that's a good thing. You're making your decision. You're empowered to say, I don't want this. That's cool. I think that's fine. Just because it's an offer that's out there doesn't mean you have to go for it. So the Three of Swords, I feel like, is like there's tension. There's tension there. This other person's upset. You're aware that they're upset, and you can't seem to get away from them. And I feel like as things keep going forward, you do have the Moon card at the bottom. Like I mentioned the Moon card in the beginning. It's just kind of like, now what do I do with this? I mean, you both seem to know how you feel, but you've decided to move on. it seems like things are just uncomfortable. And the moon card is saying nothing is really bad, but there's just that weird feeling when you're around this person, like you're uncomfortable, you're uneasy, you know they're unhappy, you know what they want. It's just a really tense atmosphere is what I'm getting. It does feel tense. Here's where it kind of ends out. You got the shadow card with the meditation. I feel like the same energy, and I feel like I kind of got into this earlier than I should have, because I'm still feeling that tense area, that tense air of emotion, that tense atmosphere. There we go. Excuse me. I feel like as long as you're around this person, you're just not comfortable. And the meditation is just kind of like, I feel like what they're saying is you got to kind of ground your energy out and just disconnect yourself from it. If I'm going to be really liberal with this, which why not? Like, Paul McKenna has a book. He's one of my favorite authors. He's a British author. I Can Mend Your Broken Heart, which granted, this isn't a breakup. But you might be able to desensitize yourself from this person and their actions. Because for most of you, I don't think it's going to become a dangerous thing. I mean, keep your eyes open. You watch this person. If you think they're really going to be a problem, then deal with it accordingly. You know what I mean? Protect yourself. But it may be just about, you disconnecting your emotions from them. Because meditation brings answers is like, is this person really a threat to you in some respect? Or do you just got to disconnect your emotions from them and like they're going to have their feelings and they're welcome to them and just keep them over there and you do what you got to do. I'm not going to engage in it. Because I feel like there's a lot of like nervous energy around this person. And this person makes you uncomfortable. And they're saying, like, you might have to find a way to disconnect emotionally from them just to let this ride out due to the situation. Because I feel like they're around you and it's hard. Like, they're not going to go away is what I'm getting. I think this is just drawing out and they're warning you about this. This person doesn't want to let go. They're very upset about this. The moon card, a lot of times, too, well, not a lot of times, sometimes, let's do that. Sometimes is about, being afraid of something that's not really there, like the moon shadows, if you will. In a moonlit night, a brightly moonlit night, trees can kind of blend together and look like there's somebody in the distance when there's really not. You know what I'm saying? It could make you fear something that's not really necessary to be feared. You have to look at it realistically. You might have to get a third opinion to find out what's really happening here. But they're like, when you disconnect emotionally, this should pass on. If it does not, then you might have to take other measures to protect yourself against this person. I think we're good with that. All right, I'm going to wrap this up here. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.